What's up, everybody?
Hey
Welcome
guys,
back.
welcome. We have such a treat today. I am so glad we're doing this. We are doing
Yes.
our very first Talk Mix with Friends segment. And that's
Yes.
when we invite friends who in the industry who will be nerding with us over different things.
Yes. So make sure to come back and we will introduce you to our roundtable. We'll be right back. Oh my gosh, our first roundtable, people. We are so excited.
I'm
Mix
so
with Friends.
excited. And we're having such fun guys with us today. So why don't you guys
Yes.
introduce yourselves? Sam, why don't you tell us about yourself?
So my name is Sam Ramos, and as we mentioned, we're like nerds about all these different things that are coming out from Disney. I love Star Wars, and a couple of you are going to mention Marvel and stuff like that, and everything that's coming out. And there's just so many people and all the emotions that are coming out with things that we wanted to happen, and they're finally happening, and things that we don't know that's actually that was going to happen and is now happening. So we're excited.
Wow, we're so excited to have you, Sam. Now, Jordan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
So I'm Jordan Garcia, and I am a super nerd. I mean, I have a wallet that's Marvel. Marty Gavin, I got my, you put your phone on here, it's Captain America. He's my favorite Marvel character.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into video and film. That's where me and Kai know each other. We've been wanting to do stuff like this for a while, so it's just awesome to see you do it. And I'm super excited to be on the show.
Well, it's so great to have. So each one of these guys are just talented in their own arenas of nerdism. I don't know if that's a word. Tina might say no, but but just knowing, I've known these two for a long time, and I know you're gonna love them, Tina. But Sam, like, we played Star Wars like almost 10, 15 years ago, and we've still, we've lost touch over the years, but and even when we got back into each other's lives again, it's Star Wars still. We're still talking about Star Wars. We're still trying to find ways to play Star Wars because we're all in different states. Like, all of us are in different states. So it's cool to have such amazing nerds in our circle of friends. And then Jordan, me and Jordan have always wanted to do something like this, but our schedules never allowed it. He was always on sets. He was always doing stuff with my son, and so it just with Kona, because him and Kona are best friends, and so I love that. But they're so amazing in what they do. Sam is actually a chef too.
Well, I wouldn't go to the words of chef. I love cooking. I don't have the title of chef yet. I'm gonna finish up school and then I can have that title.
Gotcha. Well, you guys need to watch his videos. Like, he literally breaks it down on how to do it. And then Jordan already has film out there. Like, he has short films out there. I feel so lucky to have them on the show today. So, but let's break it down. So this roundtable, we wanted to talk about the Disney Investor Day, where they made a plethora of announcements. Amazing announcements. I mean, it is insane what they are doing. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's perfect. Like, I think it's what we need.
It's a long time coming. Long time coming.
Yes. I mean, and just really quick, because we are going to focus on Marvel and Star Wars, but just really quick, some of the originals they're doing is like Hocus Pocus 2, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Cheaper by the Dozen, I heard, was going to be a mixed cast. So I love that.
Wow.
And then they're doing a newer version of 3 Men and a Baby. I think that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be funny.
Because it has a whole nostalgic feel. So, it's going to be nice. And then, of course, there's, Jungle Cruise, Little Mermaid. Did you all know they were doing a live action Little Mermaid?
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
I did know. Who is the actress playing it? Because I know there was some talks. It was going to be Ariana Grande, and then I think they chose someone else.
I think they and I don't know if this is the right term, but I think they race bended her. I think it's an African American girl.
That's right.
Okay.
So I think they did find an Ariel, and I don't like. So it was. I kind of like how they did that because it was a very tropical scene, even in the first Little Mermaid. You know how it was always that, Bahama, it was like Jamaica. And so I think they did a good job, but that's just me. You guys might see that different. Pinocchio, Did you know they're
A
doing
live
a
action
live action
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
That'll be actually quite fun.
Yes.
Yes. I
Yes.
want to see how they're gonna do cricket.
I know it'll be interesting. And they're doing Sister Act 3 with Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yes.
Still in it. Oh.
Oh
I am
yes.
so excited for that. And I heard Tyler Perry is actually doing.
Really?
Yeah, so he's working in conjunction with Disney on that, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But there were so many announcements. Peter Pan, Cruella, Rescue Rangers. They're actually doing a Rescue Rangers, a live action Rescue Rangers. I think
Live
that's
action
gonna be,
Rescue Rangers.
Crazy.
that's gonna be crazy, right, Jordan? That's gonna be crazy. But the one I'm kind of excited about. Do you guys remember Enchanted?
Yeah.
Of course.
Mhm.
Are they doing? They're
I-
doing Disenchanted.
Yes, they're doing
Mhm.
a sequel, Disenchanted. I'm kind of excited for that because I loved her and I love the song. How does she know? Is that the name of it? How does he know? How does she know? Whatever. But I used to sing that a lot to myself. But and did you guys know they're doing the Mighty Ducks?
The Mighty Ducks.
Change
Yes,
this?
I saw
Yes,
that one.
the Mighty
I'm
Ducks.
excited for that one.
I'm excited for that
That's
too.
going to be a TV series, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Mhm.
It is. It's going to be a TV series.
But-
So
So is it going to be a live action, or is that one going to be like a?
yes, it's a live action,
based
and
on
they're
the
bringing
hockey.
back.
The hockey. Mhm.
And they're bringing back a lot of the original cast,
Mhm.
but they're gonna,
Awesome.
of course, they're gonna be older, and
Mhm.
they're gonna. I don't know if they're teaching at a school. I don't know the premise or the synopsis of it all. If you guys know the concept, comment below. But yeah, so there's so much coming out with Disney, but let's break down the real news.
Oh yes. What
Let's
we're
break
all
down
here
the real
for today.
So
What we
let's
care
start with.
about.
Let's start with Marvel. Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's break down Marvel. I mean, oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Like, even if we were to start with just WandaVision alone,
Do
that
you
could
want to do the
open.
movies first or the TV series first?
I'm just doing all of it. Should we do the movies?
Let's do the movies first.
Well, because it's funny because they mixed them all up
They did
in
mix
the
them
Disney
up.
universe, or in the
Mhm.
Disney universe, in the Disney
Marvel.
announcement, Investor Day. They mixed them all up. So,
Mhm.
but I mean, so what are some of the movies you guys are looking forward to?
Well,
Well,
I
the
want
point-
to. I want to see that holiday special with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm looking forward to that one.
But that one comes out next year, right?
Yes, but
Yes.
I can always think about it now.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
There's apparently going to be a holiday special too with that one they're coming out with. So
Mhm.
Ooh,
that's exciting.
nice.
Mhm.
So, what are you excited for, Jordan? You're like the. I mean, we all love Marvel, but
Yeah.
you have a wallet.
Right. That just makes me over the top right there.
Yeah.
Like, what are you excited for from the Marvel universe?
Honestly, I'm excited. This is so bad to say, but all of it really. I mean, it's just what they're doing from bringing in, like you guys were saying, like there's TV shows to movies, but they all connect now. They're all
Right.
one universe. And what I'm actually really excited about is they're going to introduce the Doctor Strange and call the multiverse is what they're calling it, in which that opens doors just to so many other things.
It does. It does.
Like, yeah, I mean, like what I'm seeing from that is they're going to combine Spider-Man and maybe get all the Spider-Mans because you know how they did.
Yes. And they signed Andrew Garfield and Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire.
You
So
did.
they're
Oh my God.
actually already in.
That's
So it's gonna be
Yeah.
amazing. But you're right.
Man.
Building that whole multiverse
crazy. Yeah.
just opens like there's no limit anymore. Like they don't have to be like, oh, we have to respect that storyline. We have to like once you open a multiverse, that's it. Wow. So are you excited for like a certain hero? Because I know you said that Captain America is your favorite. Does
Yeah.
that mean you're looking forward to the Falcon Winter Soldier or
I am looking
like-
forward to that one. The one that really got me though, you kind of mentioned it already, is the WandaVision one. That one just seems so crazy. Like I have no direction where that's gonna go. Like just watching the trailer, I'm like,
Right.
whoa, what is going
Right.
on? You know?
it's so new. It's so new.
Yeah,
and I love
exactly.
that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sam, are you're a Marvel fan, right,
Yeah,
Sam?
I'm big time. I'm big on the comics, so I know a lot of the background between the comics, and then when I watch the movies, I see the difference, and then there's a big difference in the movies with the comics, but they still somehow find a way to tie it in, so they still have fans from the comics and
Right.
the movies that they
Right.
can all find kind of thing, and they're different, they're new.
Mhm.
Some of the ones that we mentioned, like for example, Ironheart. Ironheart is actually the next Iron Man, kind of like the protege of
Right.
Tony
Yep.
Stark.
Of Tony
And this
Stark.
girl, though, I believe she's Puerto Rican.
Yes.
And she grows
That's
up.
cool.
She's a genius at building stuff. And so with that one, and a lot of the different things that I'm seeing with Disney is that they just expanded it for so many different actors and from different
Yes.
cultures. Because this one
Different
got Puerto Rican.
races,
We
different
haven't had like a
ethnicity.
lead female that's Latina or that's a different culture kind of thing. We have had Rocio Dawson, but like in movies that are big ones. So for these ones to allow all these different actors to be able to get like a step up to let everyone else know you can do it too. You can make it here. Thor,
Right.
Love and Thunder. My favorite is I love Batman too. So like Bale's in it too. And so when I heard that one, I was like,
Yes,
yeah, I
he's
want
the
to watch
God
it.
Crusher.
I love it.
Yes.
Blade, I feel like, because that one, I feel like that one's gonna go to like a what do they call it? Like a red trailer, like the because of like Blade, like it's not a kid.
Rated R.
It's
Right,
like
right.
But I'm
it's like
excited
Deadpool.
for what they
That's
do
what
with
that's what really launched Marvel out in movies was Blade.
Yes.
Before you know,
Yes.
in early 2000s, before Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, and that's funny that you mentioned that because when I was, when we were going through the Disney Investor and we were watching it live, they did mention that I don't know if you guys know who Miss America is. She is one of my favorites. Do you guys know who Miss America is? She's America Chavez.
okay.
She's going to be in Captain Marvel.
Yes.
All right.
She's going to be in Captain
Yeah.
Marvel too. She's going to be one of the female, and she's a young Latin, and she's just she's like a rogue. Basically, she can fly. Her mothers. So that says enough. She had mothers, and
Nice.
so I love that. They're bringing in different ethnicities, like you said, Sam. They're bringing in different lifestyles there, and I just love that Disney's embracing the entire comic world and not making it politically correct. I guess that's not even a good term, because you can't say that as because it's someone's lifestyle. So, but yeah, you're so right, Sam. Is anyone excited for Loki though? No one's brought up Loki.
Of course, we're excited for Loki.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like your bubblegum adventure, but and just have, you don't know where he's gonna go, what he's gonna do, and it's just gonna be one of those sit back and have fun and just watch him cause chaos.
That's true.
And-
That is what he does best. And what about go ahead, Sam.
Oh no! Well, one thing I feel like with Loki's I feel like a lot of people don't see another side of him because in the comic books too, it's always he is causing chaos, he is the god of mischief, but the thing is too about him is that he always has a kind of a lesson to learn, and he's the type of person that learns it the hard way. So same thing with Thor. Thor's more I'll punch my way through it. Loki's more okay, let's see what happens if I do this, and then he gets in trouble. He's okay, I probably shouldn't have done that, but
That's
he
an
learns
interesting perspective.
Right.
I never thought of it like that.
But
also,
he
he does.
we don't see that he learns too, and that he also cares about. But he's kind of he's been taught because he's raised next to Thor. Everyone's all just brutes kind of thing in his family where he was adopted.
Right.
And so for him to try to learn that way, not being that way, he had to make his own way. And I'm glad that they're making it something different. Kind of we mentioned with Cruella and some of these other movies where they're telling this perspective of we thought was a bad guy, and they had a different story or things like that. There's for me, as a teacher, I'm seeing the behavior has an explanation. So it's not always, you can't just say, oh, it's because they're teenagers or because of this. There might be something going on that we don't know.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to say it.
The unsung heroes.
The unsung heroes.
Villains really aren't villains. They always have their story that makes them, them turn into what the way they were. So
I know that that Tina actually loves not Scarlet Witch. What is her name?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson. You were close.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. That's totally what I meant. But yeah, Tina is a huge Black Widow fan. I personally am not. I became a fan when it was casted with Scarlett Johansson because I wouldn't be a fan after that. So, what are some other ones you guys are excited about? Is anyone excited for She-Hulk?
She-Hulk, yes. Well, I don't know. My wife's gonna see this and she's gonna get mad at me. But yeah, I had a biggest crush on She-Hulk when I was a kid, watching, reading the comic books.
Really?
I don't know. There's just something about a strong, powerful woman that you don't always see that.
And that's what I keep telling people because they're like, well, no one wants to see a female Hulk. And I'm like, but she's not. She's actually a very, very small, built lady. Like she has the lady curve. She's not, bulgy and, which is nothing against that, but she's not. And she's intelligent. She's strong. And so I try to tell people that. They're like, well, we don't want to see a female Hulk. And I'm like, no, but she's not.
It. Yeah, she controls that inside of her.
Right.
Like she controls it. Where Bruce Banner just like hulks out and just smashes everything. She's not. She can control it.
Yeah.
And she's also a lawyer too. Like on top of everything that we're seeing, like there's
an attorney.
More. I am interested in seeing how they're gonna spin that off though too.
Well, give it a chance, because they'll totally surprise us. Marvel has not disappointed so far.
Kevin Feige is doing such an amazing job. Kevin Feige has done so much for this universe. What about Hawkeye? Is anyone excited for Hawkeye?
I am actually, because they just casted.
I like how it's
Haley.
quiet and then Jordan speaks up.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan's like, I do.
Over here, guys. No, Hawkeye actually, as Sam was saying in the comics, Hawkeye was one of my favorite. In the movies, they didn't portray him as. They didn't really portray him. I don't want to say right because Jeremy Renner did a great job, but he's really more funny and he's more like comical. And when he comes and saves the day. So Hawkeye's actually one of my favorite ones in the comics. So
and how do you feel about his daughter taking over? Like how do you feel about that?
That makes sense. Why not? Yeah. Why not? Pass it on.
But are you a fan of Kate Bishop? Like, are you a fan of his daughter? Like, how there's a fan base for Hawkeye?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fan base for Kate Bishop in your opinion?
Well,
Well,
let one build. You never know. So, I did not ever read Hawkeye comics or anything like that, but I have never had anything against the legacy of one superhero passing on to another one to one of his children, his own children. So, I always thought that interesting.
Yeah, and I'm all for that, but it's like when people ask me about, handing down, to different kids. I wouldn't be a fan of Kate Bishop, but that's just me. Like, I like Jordan. I loved Hawkeye in the Marvel, cinema universe. And like, I thought he was played very well by Jeremy Renner, but I don't know if I could be a fan of Kate Bishop. Of course I'm going to try, but it's cool to see kids, carry on. Now, does anyone know what Moon Knight is?
Oh, well, not like I tried reading the comic book, and at that time, like I was just a little bit more ignorant on everything that was going on. But I don't know exactly a lot of it behind Moon Knight, but I have seen it in the comics. But that was one that I want to go back and read. There's just so many books that I gotta read, and like the cool things that the like different libraries, they've been busting out more now that they have more movies out. The comic books, they're pushing those even more. And before, it was a lot of adults saw it as a waste of time, that you're wasting your money on these books and everything like that with pictures. No one saw it as something potential for anything, or even reading material. And now they're seeing that this is actually something that students can read, and it helps them out vocabulary and different things. And so it's just now it's like, oh, now we're pushing it. Before it was not okay, and they frowned upon it. But it's one that I wanted to take a look at, but I don't know that much. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it either, so I can't really say I'm excited.
And I don't know, because Sammy said you're a big Batman fan, but I hear Moon Knight is always kind of compared to Batman in the Marvel.
So it's Marvel's version of Batman. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of, but he does have powers. Batman doesn't.
Does he?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. See, you guys definitely know more about Moon Knight. So, and are you guys excited about Samuel L. Jackson coming back for Secret Invasion? You know how that's going to be a series?
Yeah. Well, do you know what I think what they're talking
I love that. I love it. I love the Secret Invasion.
Yeah. Do you know what the invasion is? What they talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah? So with the whole scrolls and everything?
Yep. About them taking over like world leaders and trying to,
Well, because they replaced Captain America too in the comics. Yeah. So I don't know how they're going to do it with the movies, but they replace him. So there's a whole thing of like do they really trust him or not? And a lot of people, he loses a lot of his kind of reputation with soldiers and everything, and no one respects him anymore because they found out that he was a scroll. Like so Skrull had impersonated him.
Oh, okay.
And into deep into like military secrets and stuff like that, and it got really really dark for him, and he's trying to, and they made new comics for Captain America as well, there's like one of them is called Captain of Nothing, where he's trying to build his reputation back up, but people don't respect him anymore. People don't need another Captain America, is what they're saying in the comic books.
Wow.
And it's interesting. Like, he's more now in the modern time. So, and they added a lot of different things, a lot of different politics that are actually happening right now in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. And how he has to come to terms, because he's very much a patriot and everything. He's like, oh, hey, we should always follow the law and everything like that. He's like, but people are being mistreated. These people are immigrants. These people are this. And he's like, well, the rule is this. And then everyone else is telling him, hey, but that's not how you treat people.
Right.
He's at a conflict with his morals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a ton. I can't wait to see it. And then with what's his name, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because Falcon, and I was telling everyone, like, when we were watching, I tell them the whole story behind it with the comic books. I was like, he's meant to be Captain America. He's the next Captain America. But yeah, Bucky does take step, but he's the next Captain America. So that's the thing, is like, I'm wondering how he's gonna kind of transition to it, because he still uses the shield and he still flies, but he's the next Captain America. He dons that suit and protects after Captain America steps down.
Doesn't Patriot become Captain America?
There's a lot of them. Yeah, there's Captain America. There's Bucky. There's also who else was it?
There's Falcon. There's Patriot. Because Patriot is a younger one, right? That's right. No, he's a young Avenger.
Yeah. Oh, right? He's the one. But he has kind of like a head mask kind of thing. So that's Patriot. He's the young Avenger. He's with come on. He's gonna be along the lines with Ironheart and a bunch of other younger Marvel. They're the next generation that's gonna take it the next step, like the next Avengers, if they do have one. But they're called something different. I forgot what they were called. Dang it! I should have looked that one up. But they have a new name. They're not called the Avengers anymore. And Miss Marvel is also in on with the whole group, and also Miles Morales. They're all in there. Like, it's just a whole new generation of Avengers, but they don't call themselves the Avengers.
Right. Wow. So are you guys now? Armor Wars is of what's his character's
War
name?
Machine.
War Machine. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, Sam Rhodey.
And so they're going to be releasing Ironheart and Armor Wars around the same time. Do you think that's a good idea? Like, do you guys think do you think that's so similar, or do you think different age groups will watch it? Because Ironheart was meant for the younger age, and Armor Wars, that's for the Marvel, the Avengers, I guess you could say. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Well, I know it's like Miss Marvel is going to be in Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Ironheart will appear in with armor. What is it called? I know which one you're talking about, but I'm not too familiar with that one. But I agree with you. They are very similar. So it being released kind of at the same time, it would kind of be a conflict of interest. But Marvel just has, like, I feel like, a master plan. So I think it's all going to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
I agree with Jordan too. The thing, that's what they did with the Avengers. They introduced all these superheroes, but the thing is, like, kind of like a hook, line, and sinker kind of thing. They get you interested in it, and then all of a sudden you want to find more. With Hawkeye, the other thing I forgot to mention is that the whole thing with Budapest, the inside joke that he has with Black Widow, we still don't know what's going on. It's like, what is this? You keep talking about this and you still don't tell us. Like, stop teasing us and tell us what the joke is. It's like you have an inside joke between two people and you want to know what it is and they don't tell you. Kind of. That's what it is.
Right.
But with Armor Wars, if they do introduce this new character, Ironheart, you're saying that they are. So when they introduce Ironheart, the thing is, people are gonna want to know more about her. So then that ties in with the movie. They're going to bring out the movie. So I see it through a business standpoint too. Okay, they introduce it, tease you a little bit, and then all of a sudden you want to know more. Who is this person? What's their reason? Why are they doing what they do? Why do they want to be a superhero? You want to learn more about this. How do they tie in with the whole Marvel universe? Like,
oh my God, you're such a nerd, Sam.
I told you. I'm glad you brought me in.
You deserve my wallet, man.
I was like, I know. I think we should just hand everything over to him. He's like, oh, because I could see it as a business decision. Oh, I could see it as a fan point of view. I could see them affecting the comic book. I could see them. Really?
I take it as a compliment.
No,
it all ties together with money and revenue and new books, new projects, everything. You can see all these properties are coming on Disney Plus.
Right.
And that just opens up more comic books, more crossovers, more toys, more Disney.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Disney is pretty much dominating everything.
Everything.
Like I was gonna say, cinema, but they're rising in streaming. Like their streaming and they're gonna add Hulu to theirs. They're even adding a rated R section for the adults so we can watch Deadpool, Blade, everything from Fox that's, not rated well, and Family Guy. Me and Sam fucking connect with Family Guy. We watched Family Guy when it y'all don't need to know the time frame, but yeah, we watched like the very first season together. We were like, oh my God, that's gonna be so awesome. But so like, and some of the bigger ones that they announced were basically Fantastic Four. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
Fantastic Four has had like what, two iterations already.
Yes.
And the first one I liked. Some people didn't like it, but I was a fan of that one from when they did Silver Surfer.
Yes.
I thought the second version that they tried was I didn't like it very much at all.
Me too.
But so maybe third time's the charm.
Yes.
They really want to bring in these Silver Surfer and kind of probably combine them with the mutants. So
the thing that they did say though was they're not doing the young version.
Okay,
like
good.
they're actually
an older version?
Yeah, they're doing it to where they're almost like late 30s, 40s. Like they're even thinking of like they were like Charlize Theron was in the talks to be Susan. Is that her name?
Yeah.
The Invisible
Susan,
Woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I love Charlize Theron. If they can get her on something Disney, something Marvel, but yeah, I think they're going for an like almost the Avengers. You know how they're a little older and
Right.
wiser, and they already know how to use their powers. Like they're not going to do like an origins how they got it. They've already mastered. They've already they've been fighting and defending, and so I think that's already a good foot moving forward. Go ahead, Sam.
So they actually take a break from all of this, and then
They do
in the comics too, like with the Thing. So he actually gets married, and he tries living his life like with a marriage life, and then the rest of them, just Susan Storm and Reed Richards, they decide to go off, and they kind of go off into like this alternate universe, and they have kids. Actually, they have 2 kids. And these two. So that's the thing, is that if they do go along this path, so when you started to mention, I was like, okay, like it's an origin story. Hopefully they make it better than before. But when you mentioned they're as adults, so are they adults with kids, or are they adults that are gonna have kids? Like, where are we gonna see that line up? If they grow up with kids, both of their kids have superpowers, and they're both as intelligent as the father, and they're really good at building and stuff like that. And so it's cool. It's kind of, but they're all like a family, so they all live together, and like it's just all these different inventions. And kind of with like the thing with Reed Richards is like he's really intelligent, which I see in some of the students. They're really smart. They're too smart for their own good, and they don't realize the whole world around him. And he does the same thing. Like he's off building contraptions and things like that, but he doesn't realize how him being absent affects his family, affects his friends, affects everything around him, kind of thing. And so it's interesting on how many of these like, are how they're gonna play these out. Like, what are they gonna go like? Canon? Are they not going to go canon? Are they going to do their own thing? Like, but I'm like, honestly, we're just excited to see what they come up with and what they say.
Right. And I knew all of that. I knew it. So I'm still nerdier than Sam. Damn it. I hate that he's showing us up.
No, I just want people to know, like, there's so much more info out there to like look for it. Like, don't just like wait for the movie. Like, look up for it and like, yeah, like don't like sometimes it's not going to be the way that we think it is. Like that's that I like it because some of these things, they're not meant to be for all, like it's meant to be for like everyone kind of thing. It's not just going to be the same thing, because what's the point of a story? You already know what's going to happen. Like they have to add something in there, something different.
I know that too. K-Sound can't talk anymore.
He's grounded.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
This is amazing. Like me and Tina were literally talking. We're like, what if we did this like once a month? We just got our friends together and did this. And so we just probably won't invite Sam anymore. Just kidding, Sam.
playing
You
the long
know
game,
I
Sam.
have so much love for the both of you. But what about so there was also, and we haven't even touched on Star Wars, but what about Black Panther? Are you guys excited for that? Like, do you see that moving forward with, like, because they didn't really, like, they kind of hint that it's going to be the sister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's what it's going to, do you think
Yes.
like they wouldn't have another male Black
No.
Panther?
Mm-mm. They're going to switch it up.
Well,
Gonna
they
switch it
said,
up.
they stated, right,
said it,
that
yeah.
they're not
They
recasting.
did.
They're not
Yeah.
recasting. Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, they're not recasting, so
Yeah.
and they're not even going to do like a digital version. They're
No.
just gonna, yeah, they said they're gonna just pass it on. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Shuri does become Black Panther in the comics.
Yes, she
Yeah,
does.
she does.
So I'm gonna go ahead and edit that part out.
No, you won't.
I won't. I'm so lazy when it comes to editing. Oh, and I even tell the other people who help me edit, I'm like, it's just put the video over it. We don't need that. just make it easier on all of us. But no, and that is true. That is true. And I knew that.
Yes, he did. Sure. Maybe.
Maybe. Still don't know how I feel about it. And I'm kind of done with Ant-Man and Wasp.
Mhm.
Like,
Their story was done.
What do you guys think?
Well, there's, they can use them to go into different multi universes and
That's true.
jump in and out. And,
That's true. Because isn't the show called like Quantum Leap or something?
Yeah.
Quantumania?
Oh, Quantumania.
Quantum leap.
Quantumania.
Mania.
So that means they're probably going to even open more multiverses,
Mm.
right? Is that what
The
that?
tie-ins between all the shows. I mean, they'll be jumping from show to show, and so they'll do like what the
That's true.
They'll do like what the CW did.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
Crisis
no.
on Infinite Earth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gross. Mm. Sam, you don't have to stop talking. Sam was like,
Nice.
maybe I'll just
Mouth.
not
He wants
say
to say
anything the rest of the show. He's just like,
I don't
he's
know
just
why
like
they're gonna
rubbing his face like, should I say this?
Yeah.
Should I say this? Because Kai's wrong. Should I say it?
No, I just
No,
don't know
if
what
I'm
they're gonna say.
wrong, tell me in private.
Cat feature,
No,
Because y'all know I'm not going to edit it out, and I'm not going to tell the other people. No, just throw the video over it. But oh my gosh! So Marvel, we're all excited. We're all excited.
Very.
The whole MCU,
Phase 5.
Kevin Feige, Disney, Marvel Studios, like just so excited. So I know Tina and Sam and Jordan, you probably like Star Wars too,
Mhm.
but I know Sam, because I know Sam, loves Star Wars and apparently loves Marvel and knows more than all of us.
I wouldn't say knows more. I just know specifics on each thing.
That
He
means you know
knows
more.
what he likes, and he concentrates on what he likes.
Yes, but you're like Tina. She's very good on information, on details, because she likes to read.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I'm a reader.
I don't.
Like I can't even read synopses on like the back of the books where they tell you in like one paragraph what it is. I'm literally that person that'll be like, oh, could someone speed read this? For real, the back part of the book. I just want to know what it's about. Could someone like just put it in a quick TikTok video?
15 seconds or less.
Yes, 15 seconds or less. Tell me what it's about so I can write my book report as an older person. But no, the Star Wars universe
Oh yes.
has blown up.
Big,
And it's funny because
big,
everyone
big.
thought with the new, The Force Awakens, like all of the newer ones, they were like, oh, this is going to open the Star Wars universe. It didn't.
Not really. No. Now it
It
did.
didn't.
Now
like
it exploded.
now, seriously, it is insane. It is insane. And I personally think you guys could, Sam, you could tell me I'm wrong. I think Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau
Mm-hmm.
did such an amazing job of bringing a different part of Star Wars and letting everybody love it. Because
Mm-hmm.
people love it from the Clone Wars, the animation, Rebels, the
Yeah.
animation, Mandalorian. And then, of
Mhm.
course, when they introduced Baby Yoda, Oh, sorry, Grogu. But what are you guys excited for with the Star Wars announcements?
I just am so excited because I get to see Ewan McGregor in his own series.
Oh,
Yes, I can ship on him. So you know,
Yes.
Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan. I'm so excited for that one. The Ahsoka, Boba
Ahsoka,
Fett.
yes. Ahsoka.
Um, and even Lando's own series. You
Lando,
know
no.
that. No, no.
No, that's me personally. It's like a book I would pick up and not read the back, but I would read Ahsoka's.
You would read Ahsoka's.
The
Okay.
15-second
all right.
arrest.
Well, what about you guys? What do you guys think? What is your most favorite property that's going to be coming out next year? What are you looking forward to the most for Lucasfilm? I mean, we got Willow, we got Droids, we got Rogue Squadron, we have the
Rogue Squadron. That one's gonna be
yeah.
Yeah,
exciting
it's on the
because it's
bottom. Yeah,
directed
Rogue
by
Squadron.
Patty Jenkins.
mhm.
So that's gonna be
Patty
exciting.
Jenkins is going to do that one, so that one's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean,
Range.
kind of same like you. The Obi-Wan one is really like probably my most excited one I'm about, and then the Ahsoka one. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean those two really. But I mean, I'm gonna watch them all. So
Of course,
Yeah.
we are.
And then whatever Sam says, I already said.
I know. Me too.
So the question I have is that Willow, it's going through Lucasfilm, but I don't think Willow is a Star Wars.
No.
Willow,
No,
I
but
think
it's
they're
a
remaking
Lucasfilm
the old
property.
movie.
It's a
It's a
Lucasfilm
Lucasfilm property.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but so it's not like Lucasfilm is doing it, but I think that one's not the Star Wars. But I remember watching Willow, so that one to me is like we would watch it again and again and again, and it's just something like that stuck with us. With me and my brothers,
Right.
we'd always just make popcorn,
Right.
sit down and watch it. So I kind of want to see what
Huge
happens.
cult.
I
Huge
think
cult.
they are bringing
Huge.
back the
Warwick
the
Davis
main
is coming
character.
Warwick
back.
Davis.
Yes.
Yes.
So they're bringing him back. The other thing with Rogue Squadron, so I'm going to talk about comic books with some of these too. Like with Rogue Squadron,
Ooh.
there's so much we don't know on the missions they've went out, and the thing, because there's two of them that like each other. And the
Right.
problem is that should they continue the relationship or should they break it off because that's going to hurt? Like, for example, one person might need to do something like a dangerous mission, and if they like each other, will they let them do that mission knowing
Together.
that they could
Yeah.
lose their life kind
Yeah.
of thing?
Mm.
And all these different things that they go on in the conflict that we don't see. We just see, okay, they're on the screen, oh, they died, whatever, you know? It's the same thing with the clones. The clones were seen as this, like they're disposable. We can just make more, we'll grow more.
Right.
They just cost money, that's it. They were not people. But then when Dave Filoni and what's his name? John Favreau. Well, John Favreau helped more out with the Mandalorian, but
Right.
What he actually introduced more like of those clone troopers, how they're actually people. Like there's a soul behind that person.
Mhm.
They're not just
Mhm.
something like trash or something you can recycle or something you can just
Right.
throw away. They're actual people, and it hurts you to see some of those things that happen because you could somewhat relate to each one, or you find someone in one of those seasons. You find someone you can relate to, and you're like, you know what? I want them to survive. And when they don't, it hits you hard.
Mhm.
And like with another one, it's like the Bad Batch, which is one that I saw when with the last season of the Clone Wars. I was like, I want more because they have one that looks like Rambo. They have a sniper, and all these clones, they're not your cookie cutter clone.
Right.
They were all like mistakes per se.
Mhm.
But they
Okay.
found their mistake and they used that and used it to their advantage. They're like, you know what? It's like the one I can relate to that one is like some of the kids that I see that are diagnosed with ADHD and all these different people call them disorders, mental disorders, but they don't realize that some of these things could actually be used for different things like ADHD. Some of these students, okay, you might not be able to concentrate on one thing. Let's try multitasking and learning several things at once. Using your energy, okay, exercise, all these different things that you can channel for these different things. And the kids with autism, they're going to be able to focus on one thing and they're going to be really good at that one thing. The sooner we find out what they're good at, that like it's taking years of research and stuff for us to realize that, but well, that's a whole different story. But the Bad Batch is one I'm like looking forward to. All these ones that I want to see more of. Andor, the Cassian Andor, as well as like Ahsoka, like just the different things. Like one little tiny thing that was mentioned, my daughter's like, why is she fighting like that? Because I don't know if you paid attention, Ahsoka's fighting with the
double saber. Yeah,
that's not her style. So that's a weakness. She's doing a handicap.
Mhm.
She fights with swords down.
Right.
And so watch it again. Watch the Mandalorian again when she does fight, and you'll see these things. That's not how she fights.
Mhm.
Interesting to
Yeah.
see how
I knew all that too, people.
I knew that.
So me and Jordan already said all this. So,
Yeah.
but so, yeah. So, but what do you guys all think? We'd love to read what you guys are thinking. So comment below. And thank you so much, Sam, Jordan, for joining us on this roundtable. We would love to do it once a month if you guys are able to. If not, well, just try. But anyways, so Sam won for the biggest nerd of this roundtable session. So, but make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Comment.
Thank you guys so much for
Bye,
coming.
you guys. We'll be back with our roundtable next month. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.